Today in this video we are going to see measures of central tendency. So often in statistics we tend to represent the given data, the whole of the data, by a representative value, and this representative value is used to represent the entire data. So such a value is called as a measure of central tendency. As the name suggests, the value around where the data is centered is found. So measure of central tendency, under that we are going to study three things: mode, mean and median. So before going into what is mean, median and mode, first we have to know what are the types of data. So as discussed already, there are three types of data. One is raw data, next is discrete data, and another is continuous data. Raw data means they are just some scattered data. So in the following example you can see that you are given runs of 11 players of a cricket match. So you can see that there are 11 players and these are the scores of their what they have scored in the match. So here this data is just a scattered type. Now coming to the next example, if you see, the marks obtained by 20 students out of 30 are given below. So you have a quiz. That quiz, there are 20 students who are doing the quiz, and the marks which they write or do the quiz is 30 marks. So here you can see that the marks of 20 students are given, and you can see that the lowest range of mark is 12 and the maximum mark which the student can get is 30. So it is between 12 and 30. Okay, so now what we do is we just arrange this scattered data in a form of a table. So you can see that we are just splitting this into two columns. One is marks obtained in quiz, another is number of students. So marked obtained in quiz, if you see, mark 12. So there is only one student to score 12 marks. But if you see 15 marks, you can see he has scored 15, second student, third student and fourth student. So there are 4 students who have scored 15 marks. So when I am writing marks 15, I can write it as 4 in the number of students. Likewise, for each and every value you can write how many number of students have scored this marks. So the maximum mark is 30, so up to 30 marks you can write the number of students. So this split up of marks and number of students forms the new type of data which is called as the discrete type, and here this number of students here is called as the frequency. So in this case you can see that you have a scattered data. That scattered data you are just formulating into a table where you split into two columns. So one is called as the normal xi column, another one is called as your frequency column. So this is discrete type. Continuous type, I'll show you another example. So here in this example you can see that height of 50 students which are measured in nearest centimeters are given. So this is the data of 50 students, their height. Okay, and the height are measured from the range. You can see that the lowest of all this is 150 and the highest, you can see in this data, 150 is the lowest and the highest is around 173. So 173 is the highest data. So you can see that it ranges between 150 and 173. So now how you split this data is you give a range. So you can see that 150 to 155. So in this range there are 12 students of this height. You can see students are having range from 150, 151, 52, 53, 54. So between 150 and 155 in the collected data, if you count, you get 12 students of that range. Likewise, 155 to 160, there are 9 students. So up to 173 you split it in a class interval with equal intervals. You can see that from 150 to 155 the difference is 5. Likewise for each interval the difference is 5. So you split them in equal intervals. Okay, and you can see that this interval finishes in 155 and the next interval starts with 155. Likewise for the all the intervals. So this is, you don't have any breaks in between, so this is called as a continuous type. So there are 3 types of data types, and for each data types you have different way of representing the mean, median and mode. So now we'll see how do we represent it and how we find the mean, median and mode for the following data. So as you know that mean is nothing but it is just the average for the given data. So now for the discrete, first we are going to see for the raw data. When you have scattered data or ungrouped data or raw data, how you find the mean, median and mode. The first case, mean. Suppose you have a scattered data like this, 40, or I'll take 45, 36, 28, 42, 45, 40 and 44. So suppose this is my scattered data, and suppose I am asked to find the mean, median and mode. So mean is calculated by, so here you have a raw data. So how many data do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 data you have. So how do you find mean is, you have to find the sum of all data, that is 45 plus 36 plus 28 plus 42 plus 45 plus 40 plus 44. The whole thing divided by 7 should be found. So when you find the answer, it is nothing but 40. Okay, so this is the mean. So when I write the general form, mean is always denoted by x bar. So this is nothing but your x values. Suppose I am taking this as x1, x2, etc., xn. Then I can write x bar, that is the mean, as summation. I am adding everything, so it is sum of all xi's divided by n. N is nothing but the number of terms. So for a raw type of data, this is how you find the mean. So here you have to just sum all the terms and divide it by the number of terms. Now coming to median. So median, another words you call it as the middle value. So to find the middle value, first what you have to do is you have to arrange the given data. You have to arrange the given data either in descending or ascending order. After you arrange the data, you have to pick the central value. Okay, suppose I'll just give you an example. Suppose I have the same question. We'll just consider the same question. What is the median for the given thing? So first I have to arrange the given data. So you can see that the lowest is 28, next is 36, then it's 40, 42, 44, 45 and 45 again. There are two 45s. So you can see that now I've just arranged the given data in ascending order. So in this ascending order, there are how many terms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 terms are there. Okay, so how do I find the median is, it will be 7 plus 1 by 2. I have to add 1 and divide by 2. So it is 8 divided by 2, which is equal to 4. The number of terms plus 1 divided by 2. So here the fourth term. So the fourth term is called as your median. So generally how do you say is n plus 1 divided by 2. So this is how you find the median for raw data. Now coming to mode. So mode is nothing but the maximum repeated term is your mode. So again I write the set of data as it is 28, 36, 40, 42, 44, 45 and 45. So you can see that this 45 has repeated twice. So this is called as the mode. So mode is 45. I'll give you another example for your median alone. So here, suppose your data is like this: 23, 15, 48, 60, 23, 12, 21 and 19. So if this is your data, you are asked to find the median. Means first you have to arrange it in the descending or ascending order. The first will be 12, the lowest of all, plus 15 plus 19. First we are going to find the median. So median means what you have to do is you are just going to arrange it in ascending order. So it be 12 comma 15 comma 19 comma 21 comma 23 comma, you have 2 times 23, 48 comma 60. Okay, so in this you can see there are totally 8 terms. So according to the formula, it is n plus 1 by 2. So it is 8 plus 1 by 2, which is 9 by 2, which is 4.5. So in this case, what you take is, you take the previous term and the next term. Okay, so here 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4.5 means here. So you will take 21. Likewise, you will take 23. Both the terms you will take. So median will be, what you have to do is 21 plus 23 divided by 2. So it is 44 divided by 2, which gives you 22. Okay, so you have 3 types of data. One is raw data, discrete and continuous type. So here first we have started with the raw set of data. For raw set of data, your mean is nothing but you have to add everything and divide by the total number. Median, everywhere your median, it should be arranged in some order, ascending or descending, and you have to take the middle value. If you are having 2 middle values, what you have to do is you have to add the 2 numbers and divide by 2. Now coming to mode, if a number is repeated maximum times, then that number is called as your mode. So this is only for the raw type. Now the next one is for discrete type. So again here you will be having 3 types of things to find your central tendency, that is your mean, median and mode. As you know, in this set of data, you will be having an extra column. Rather than having a raw data, you will be having your frequency, right? So now, how do you calculate your mean? Is that is your x bar is, it is nothing but summation of xi fi. You have to find the product of xi fi. You have to sum it and divide by capital N. The previous case it was small n, but here it is capital N. What capital N is? It is nothing but summation of frequency. Summation of frequency only you call it as capital N. So this is how you calculate the mean. Median, what you have to do is, here you cannot arrange in ascending or descending order, but you have an extra column for arranging it, which is called as the cumulative frequency. Okay, so as you know, for median you have to arrange it in descending or ascending order. For a frequency table where you have a frequency in the given data, you cannot arrange it. For that you go for the cumulative frequency. So while doing the problem, I'll tell how this cumulative frequency is calculated. So after you find the cumulative frequency, keep it aside. Now what you have to do is, you have to find summation of fi, that is your n divided by 2. Okay, so once you have found it, you will get one answer. That answer you have to check in the cumulative frequency table. So a value which is greater than whatever you get here in the cumulative frequency table is called as your median. So while finding your median, you have to take the corresponding value in your xi. Okay, so when doing the problems, I will explain you clearly. So this is how you find your median. So now coming to your mode. So here again, mode, to find the mode, what you do is you have the frequency column, right? You will be having the frequency column. In that frequency, whichever frequency is highest, the maximum value in the frequency column is called as your mode. Okay, so all these three things I will explain you an example. So question is, find the mean, median and mode for the following table. Okay, so your x takes the value 1 to 7, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Your f will take the values 5 9 12 17 14 10 and 6. Okay, so this is your given data. You are asked to find the mean, median and mode. So first you have to write it in column wise. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. Next one is your f value, that is your frequencies values 5 9 12 17 14 10 and 6. Okay, so now first we are going to find the mean. So mean is calculated as summation of xi fi divided by capital N. So first what you need the sum of xi into fi. This is your xi and this is your fi. You are finding what is your xi fi first. So you have to find the product. Okay, so it is 5 into 1 5, 9 into 2 is 18, then 12 into 3 is 20, 36, 14 into 7 is 68, 17 into 4, 14 into 5 is 70, 6 into 10 is 60, 7 6 are 42. Okay, so now to the formula, it is sum of xi fi. This is your mean, right? So sum of xi fi means you have to add it. After you multiply xi fi, you have to add all these values, so you'll get 299. Okay, so now it is, the numerator is 299. Your capital N, wherever you are having frequency, you will be using only capital N. So your capital N is nothing but the sum of the frequency, that is summation of fi. So you will add this thing. So when you are adding it, you get the total as 73. So it is 299 divided by 73. This is your median. So you can just again convert the fraction into decimal values. So when you convert it, it is 4.09. Okay, next one, we are going for median. So as I told you, to calculate median, what you need is, you need the cumulative frequency. So how do you find the cumulative frequency is, you have to add an extra column. So you are just considering only the frequency. From the frequency only you will get cumulative frequency. The first number of your frequency will be the first one. Next you have to add this 9 and this 5. So 9 plus 5 is 14. After that 14 plus 12 should be added. So it is 26. Next 26 and 17, which will give you 43. Next 43 and 14, which is 57. Then 57 plus 10, which is 67. Then 67 plus 6. So that is 73. So here this 73 and your total should be same. Okay, you can cross check whether you have done it correctly by using this. Okay, so now what we have done is we have found the cumulative frequency. So how do we find median is, first we have to find what is n by 2. So n by 2 is nothing but, your n is nothing but summation of fi. It is 73 by 2. 73 by 2 is 36.5. So now after you find n by 2, you have to check in the cumulative frequency table which is the value which is greater than 36.5. So here you can see that 43 is the value in your cumulative frequency which is greater than 36.5. So the corresponding, this is not your median, but the corresponding x value is only your median. So your median is 4. Now coming to mode. So mode, as I told you, you have to check only with the frequency. So in this frequency you can see that the number 4 is repeated 17 times. Okay, that is the meaning of frequency. 4 is repeated 17 times and this is the maximum of all frequencies. So that is called as your mode. So mode is 17. Okay, so this mean, median and mode is for discrete type. So what you have to do is, first for the given data you will be having 2 extra columns. One is xi fi, that is used for your mean, and next one is your cumulative frequency, that is used to find your median. Okay, so your mean is nothing but after you find xi fi, you have to sum it, you get a total. With that you have to divide it by the total of the frequency. So that answer is your mean. Next is your median. For finding the median, what you have to do is you have to find what your cumulative frequency is. So once you have found with your cumulative frequency, just keep it aside. Now take your frequency divided by 2. So you will get an answer. A number which is close to that answer in the cumulative frequency is called as your median. Now coming to mode. Mode is nothing but you are just going to check with the frequency. The highest frequency in your frequency table will give the mode. The corresponding, all the cases you have to keep in your mind, the corresponding x values are only called as your mean, median and your mode. Okay, so now to the third part, the continuous data type. Okay, so for the continuous data type, your mean formula. So your mean formula will remain the same. It will be summation of xi fi divided by summation of fi. So this will be the same. Okay, now your median. So now for finding your median, you know how to find the cumulative frequency, right? So the cumulative frequency, everything you know to find. The formula to find your median is L plus h by f n by 2 minus c. Okay, so your n is nothing but your L. Your L is nothing but the lower limit. First you have to find the median class. So L is nothing but the lower limit. Why lower limit? Because for a continuous type you have an interval. Okay, from 10 to 20, 20 to 30. So in that the lower value is called as the lower limit in that range. Okay, so for the median class you will take the lower limit. First you will find what the median class is. For that median class the lower limit will be your L. Okay, your F will be the frequency. That is in the frequency table of your median class you will check what your F is. H is nothing but the length. That is, suppose your range is from 10 to 20. The difference is 10, right? 20 minus 10, it is 10. So that is the length of the median class. And C, you have the term C. C is nothing but the cumulative frequency, and this cumulative frequency is not of the median class, but it is the class which precedes. So it is the preceding value of the median class. So as I told you, you will find something called median class. So in that median class, the cumulative frequency will be a preceding value. Okay, so in the example it will be clear for you to understand. Next one, mode. So mode, again you have a formula to find mode. So before finding the mode, you have to find what the modal class is. So after you find the modal class, this is the formula to calculate your mode. 2f1 minus f0 minus f2. Okay, as you know, L is nothing but it is the lower limit. H is nothing but the length of the modal class. So here you have f0, f1 and f2. So f1 is the modal class frequency. So in your modal class, so in the frequency, whatever correspond to your modal class is your f1. The value which is preceding to f1 in the frequency table is called as your f0. This is the preceding value and this is the succeeding value. Okay, so with all this data, you can find what is the mean, median and mode for the given problem. So I'll do a problem for you. With this problem, it will be easy for you to understand the continuous type. So the question is, find the mean, median and mode of the following data. So I have class interval and frequency. So the class interval is from 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80, 80 to 100, 100 to 120, 120 to 140 and 140 to 160. Okay, so the frequencies are for 20 to 40 it is 6, then 9, 11, 14, 26, 20, 14, 20, 15 and 10. Okay, so first thing, to find mean. So your mean is nothing but summation of xi fi divided by n. This is the formula, but you can see that here your xi is in an interval. Okay, so you cannot multiply 20 to 40 into 6 and find xi fi. So what you do is, you have to take the mid value of this. Okay, so your xi will be the mid value. Okay, for 20 and 40 it is 30, for 40 and 60 it is 50, 60 and 80 it is 70, then it is 90, 110, 130 and 150, just the mid value of your xi's. Okay, so this you name it as xi. This is the interval. So this mid values are called as your xi. Now you can find what is your xi fi. So it is nothing but the product. So it is 180, 450, 770. When you multiply this, it is 1260. This is 2200. When you multiply this, 1950 and 1500. Okay, so these are the values which you get. So when you sum this, the total will be equal to 8310. And your frequency is nothing but, when you sum up your frequency, this is your frequency, when you sum this up you get 85. So this is equal to, that is your mean is equal to 8310 divided by 85. So you get 97.76. So this is your mean. Now you are going to calculate what the median is. So your median, to calculate the median, first you find what is your n by 2, the same procedure as you did it for the discrete type. So your median is n by 2. So n by 2 means it is 85 divided by 2. So 85 divided by 2 is 42.5. So now you have to find the cumulative frequency table. Okay, so the cumulative frequency table, the first value of your frequency should be taken as it is. So the first value, this is your frequency, the first value you take it as it is. Next you have to add 6 and 9, so you will get 15. Next 15 and 11, so you will get 26. 26 and 14 will give you 40. 40 and 20, 60. Then it is 75 and 85. So you can check this and the total of your frequency are same, so your addition is correct. Okay, so now you can see that I've got 42.5. So here a value which is greater than 42.5 is 60. So this whole thing is called as the median class. Okay, so what I have done is I've just calculated by n divided by 2. I get 42.5. Now I come to the cumulative frequency. I check a value which is greater than 42.5. So I get 60. So based on this, the corresponding, the whole column, I call it as the median class. Okay, so now I'm going directly into the formula to find what is my median is. So the formula to find my median is L plus H by F into n by 2 minus C. This is the formula. So L is nothing but the lower limit. So here you have, it ranges from 100 to 120. So the lower limit is 100 plus the length of the interval. So you can see the difference between the two interval is 20. Frequency, the corresponding frequency is also 20. N by 2 we have calculated to be 42.5 minus C. When you are writing C, you have to be very careful. You have to see C in the cumulative frequency table, but the preceding one. So your C, this is your C. C is 40. Okay, so when you solve this, it will be 100 plus 20 and 20 will get cancelled. So it is 2.5. So it is 102.5. This is your median. Okay, now coming to mode. So mode, first coming to mode, again you have to check only with the frequency. So if you see this frequency, okay, if you see this frequency, the highest of the frequency is 20. So again, this is called as your modal class. Okay, so this is called as a modal class. Now with this data you are going to find what the mode is. So the formula to find your mode is L plus H into F1 minus F0 divided by 2 into F1 minus F0 minus F2. This is your formula. So here one more thing, the thing is that your median class and modal class need not be the same. You can have different median and modal class also. Okay, for this problem both the median class and the modal class are same, but it is not necessary that always they should be same. Okay, so now coming to mode L. L, you know, it is the lower limit. So the lower limit here in the modal class is 100 plus your H is the difference of the two limits. So it is 20 F1 minus F0. So here the corresponding value frequency is called as the F0, the preceding one F0 and the succeeding one is called as F2. So your F1 is 20 minus 14 divided by 2 into your F1 is nothing but 20 minus F0 is 14 minus F1, F2 is 15. Okay, so it will be equal to, so while you're doing the addition and division, be clear that 100 is a separator and this is a fraction, so it will be 100 plus, so when you solve this, 20 minus 14 will be 6 into 20 is 120, and your denominator it will be this one, this will be 40 minus 14 minus 15 is 29. So 40 minus 29 is 11. Okay. So this will be equal to 100 plus 120 divided by 11 is 10.90. So it is 110.90. Okay. So if you compare the values of your mean, median and mode, you can see that your mean is 97, your median is 102 and your mode is 110. Okay, the values are somewhat closer. They are not very close, but they are somewhat closer. So with this answers also you can check whether you are correct or not. It will not have much difference. That is, mean cannot be 97 and mode cannot be some 150 likewise. All will be somewhat near. With this you can find your mean, median and mode. So thank you.